Isaac Edelman here with Jeremiah Hensley. Jeremiah, I'm so excited for Sunday. I am not just going to be able to watch football, but I'm going to be able to watch it in person at Hard Rock Stadium as the heavily favored Dolphins are facing the New York Giants. We titled this video with some help from you, the weirdly bad New York Giants. Talk about that.
Look, Isaac, I'm so jealous because you're going to the get right game. Buffalo, this has been a weird season. 70-20 never happens. So you get a little bit pumped up on what you can do. Buffalo for the first half, it was like heavyweight fighters.
Yeah.
Offense was slugging. And then we turned the ball over a couple of times. But the one thing that's been a concern for the Dolphins, believe it or not, even in that 70-20 game, I told you, the defense. The defense has still struggled at times. There were times that Denver and Russell Wilson were moving the ball at ease.
Yeah.
Playing the New York Giants, that's a defensive get right game.
Yeah.
That's Vic Fangio and the guys getting this together because the New York Giants are quietly probably the worst team in football.
Yeah, and this brings us back to the last Dolphins home game where they crushed the Denver Broncos 70-20. Both of these teams play differently, but they're both in the same tier of bad. So that makes me so excited to not just be there in person, but for you to be able to watch from home and see the Dolphins offense exploding and what we want to see, the Dolphins secondary shutting down Daniel Jones.
Look, Isaac, in 4 games this year, the New York Giants have scored 46 points. That's about 11 points a game.
Yeah.
31 of those came in the second half against Arizona. In the second half against Arizona.
And if they didn't do that, they would have lost that game. They would have 0 wins.
That means they have scored a combined 15 points in the other 14 quarters of football.
Yeah.
And they're missing 3 offensive linemen.
Yeah.
There is no identity on that offense. Saquon Barkley's already been a little banged up. Maybe he plays Sunday, maybe he doesn't.
Exactly.
But there's no identity.
Yeah.
There's no receiver that you have to respect on the outside. There's not a Stephon Diggs who's going to eat up Cater Kohu all day. Like the offensive line, this is a time for the Miami Dolphins pass rush to get right and to go after this. And look, I don't want 70. I don't. 70 was a pipe dream that we never even thought we would see. Okay, give me. If the Dolphins realistically score 17, we should win this game by 10. There's no way that the Giants offense should be moving the ball against the Dolphins, even when they're fully healthy. Mm-hmm. But now they're doing it down 3 starting offensive linemen. They gave up 11 sacks to Seattle.
Yeah. You know, I hear the New Yorkers in the back of my head telling me this is a trap game. I say no way. The Dolphins aren't going to win, or they aren't going to lose 2 straight with this skill level. But also, the Giants are not one of those teams that's going to suddenly be explosive. I feel like the Jets are. They just almost beat the Chiefs.
Yeah.
With the Giants, there's not just no hope. And don't tell me that there is hope because there's going to be a lot of New Yorkers in attendance. There's no hope. I don't need to explain further than that. Am I right?
No, you don't. And here's the thing. When we look at this again, some folks probably saw my video on Sunday, the post game.
Mm-hmm.
I think, honest to goodness, maybe it's the sour grapes, whatever you call it. Like maybe I'm rationalizing because I'm really good at that shit. This Buffalo game happened at the right time for Miami.
Yeah.
Because we had just went out and completely ran through Denver like a hot knife through butter. And you go back against a team that is going to be somebody that you see in the playoffs, and you're going to have to overcome and get through, and you have to go to that battle. So I don't see this as a trap anymore. Had we beat Buffalo, I think this might have been a trap.
Yeah.
But it's not a trap because I think this is a Dolphins team who was riding as high as you can ride. And then Josh Allen and the Bills, God love them, give them credit. They smacked us in the mouth. They beat us at every portion of the game, and we could not stop them.
Mm-hmm.
So the defense getting to face this offense, this is the exact perfect spot for us to be. It does worry me that Darren Waller is probably their most talented pass catcher, and the Dolphins, for some reason, cannot stop a tight end.
Very good. Look, everything you said is accurate, but I do want to add one more point to your defensive point. The defense doesn't just need to prove their worth. They need to play well so the Dolphins offense can try things out on offense. Here's the thing. You're going to play the Panthers next week. There's also room to try things out. Try some special teams plays, maybe a few fakes. And then really don't just go deep with Tyreek Hill every play. See if you can do some jet sweeps, end arounds. Try some new plays because what's going to happen after that Panthers game next week? Primetime football against the Eagles. Any further words from you? Because the Dolphins are going to blow the Giants away. So we need to start focusing on the future. And I'm talking about that Eagles game.
So I'm going to give you two, right? One is it hurts me as a Notre Dame Fighting Irish fan, but Liam Eichenberg, we need to just kill this experience right now. I didn't give Connor Williams enough credit for what he did at center. We were angry about the snaps and the fumbles, but Eichenberg just got his lunch ate in Buffalo. I mean, he just wasn't even, he was overwhelmed. So that I'll have to write that off. We'll move through that. Outside of that, the other thing I'll say from the Miami Dolphins is Devon Achane.
Yes.
It's a thing. It's a thing. He's not going anywhere. He's not going to go anywhere. This guy with his speed and his ability to run with power on the inside is going to be a part of this offense throughout the entire season. What a great steal late in the draft to fit exactly what you needed to have. Yeah. But ultimately, Miami should cover the over in this game by themselves at 48. But I think this should be the game where the defense starts to hone in. You need some confidence.
Yeah. So there you have it, guys. Dolphins, Giants, 1 p.m. Sunday. I'll be there in attendance. I hope you guys watch from home. It should be not a fun one. It's going to be a weird one. And that's why we say the Dolphins are facing the weirdly bad New York Giants. Remember, follow at FL Teams and FLTeams.com on social media.